do want to go ahead and get Boss Watch out of the way. We haven't done Boss Watch as consistently as last week in Southern Labor. But for those of you who don't know, it is something we put out as a newsletter as well. Much like last week in Southern Labor, we track what's going on over the past week. But in this case, we look for bad bosses. We look for the criminal activities of companies, and we keep an eye on that. We report out for you because we figure if you turn on the local news, you're going to hear a lot about, petty criminals, often very poor people who are in bad circumstances, and you're going to see their mugshots. But you don't hear nearly as much about bad bosses who are breaking the law. All right, so our first story here for Boss Watch involves some Kentucky child abusers. The United States Department of Labor has found a franchisee of 2 Marco's Pizza restaurants in Knoxville. This is Tennessee. So the U.S. Department of Labor has found a franchisee of 2 Marco's Pizza restaurants in Knoxville employed children to clean and disassemble dangerous equipment and work outside of legally allowed hours in violation of federal child labor laws. Investigators with the department's Wage and Hour Division found that Deliver Magic LLC, Deliver Magic 2 LLC, and owner Stephen Petrone, operating as Marco's Pizza on Maynardsville Pike and Ebenezer Road, employed 20 children to disassemble and clean dough sheeters, which was a violation of a child labor hazardous occupation order under the Fair Labor Standards Act. Fair Labor Standards Act, by the way, one of those things we won in the 1930s. The employer also employed 15-year-olds in cooking and baking activities, which both are prohibited under federal child labor laws for children under the age of 16. In addition, the employer violated the FLSA child labor hours standard by employing 11 workers between the ages of 14 and 15 to work past 7 p.m. between Labor Day and June 1st. To address the violations, the employer and the restaurants have entered into an enhanced compliance agreement with the department and have paid $207,000 in civil money penalties. In addition to paying penalties, Deliver Magic 2, and Patron agreed to do the following: prevent children from working in any hazardous occupation, including disassembling and reassembling dough sheeters and operating and cleaning dough rollers. Ensure 14 and 15-year-olds do not work outside of permitted hours, including during school hours, and do not engage in prohibited cooking activities. Provide materials to all locations regarding federal child labor laws. Update management training programs, training materials, and onboarding materials to include information regarding FLSA compliance. Ensure all managers and supervisors review child labor materials on an annual basis and sign a compliance acknowledgement form certifying their knowledge of the materials. Require all employees under age 16 and their parents or guardians to sign a document indicating that they understand the child labor occupational and hour standards. And finally, ensure employees under age 16 wear modified uniforms or color-coded name tags. In fiscal year 2024, the department investigated 736 cases with child labor violations involving 4,030 children nationwide. The department addressed these violations by assessing employers more than $15.1 million in civil money penalties, which was an 89% increase from the previous year. So there were a few other stories, including a Tunica fish farm, where there was some retaliation and intimidation happening. We also had some dishonorable mentions, including a restaurant down in Florida, as well as a retirement plan that was being sketchy. All that you can find at Boss Watch as a newsletter. Go to tvlr.fm. You can subscribe there. Get it in your inbox every week. That's Boss Watch. Because believe me, folks, that's just what gets caught, right? That's just what we can find through the news press releases. We all know there's a whole lot more criminal activity out there happening. So if you've got any criminal activity happening among bosses that you're aware of, always feel free to hit us up at tvlr.fm/contact.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.